Welcome students. In the last session we have learned about the Newton's universal law of gravitation. Today we are going to study the further concepts of gravitation. Earth's gravitational acceleration. The Earth exerts gravitational force on object near it. According to Newton's second law of motion, a force acting on a body results in its acceleration. Thus, the gravitational force due to the Earth on a body results in its acceleration. This is called acceleration due to gravity and is denoted by g. Acceleration is a vector. As the gravitational force of an object due to the Earth is directed toward the center of the Earth, the direction of the acceleration due to gravity is also directed towards the center of the Earth, that is, vertically downward. What would happen if there were no gravity? What would happen if the value of g was twice as large? Value of g on the surface of the Earth. We can calculate the value of g by using Newton's universal law of gravitation for an object of mass m situated at a distance r from the center of the Earth. The law of gravitation gives F is equal to capital G into capital M into small m upon r square. Here, capital M is the mass of the Earth. F is equal to m into g. mg is equal to capital G into capital M into small m upon r square. G is equal to capital G into capital M upon r square. If the object is situated on the surface of the Earth, small r is equal to capital R is equal to radius of the Earth. Thus, the value of g on the surface of the Earth is small g is equal to capital G into capital M upon capital R square. The unit of g in SI unit is meter per second square. The mass and radius of the Earth are 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg and 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter respectively. Using this in the equation, g is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into 6 into 10 raised to 24 upon 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 bracket complete square is equal to 9.77 meter per second square. Thus, acceleration depends only on the mass m and radius r of the Earth, and so the acceleration due to gravity at a given point on the Earth is the same for all objects. It does not depend on the properties of the object. Variation in the value of g. What would be the value of g on the surface of the Earth if its mass m was twice as large and its radius half of what it is now? A. Change along the surface of the Earth. Will the value of g be the same everywhere on the surface of the Earth? The answer is no. The reason is that the shape of the Earth is not exactly spherical, and so the distance of a point on the surface of the Earth from its center differs somewhat from place to place. Due to its rotation, the Earth bulges at the equator and is flatter at the pole. Its radius is largest at the equator and smallest at the poles. The value of g is thus highest, 9.832 meter per second square at the poles, and decreases slowly with a decreasing latitude. It is lowest, 9.78 meter per second square at the equator. Change with height. As we go above the Earth's surface, the value of r in equation 5 increases and the value of g decreases. However, the decrease is rather small for height which are small in comparison to the Earth's radius. For example, remember that the radius of the Earth is 6,400 km. If an aeroplane is flying at a height 10 km above the surface of the Earth, its distance from the Earth's surface changes from 6,400 km to 6,410 km, and the change in the value of g due to it is negligible. On the other hand, when we considered an artificial satellite orbiting the Earth, we have to take into account the change in the value of g due to the large change in the distance of the satellite from the center of the Earth. Some typical heights and the value of g at these heights are given in the following table. Place, height in kilometer, g, that is meter per second square. For example, now Mount Everest. Height of Mount Everest is 8.8 kilometer and the value of g is 9.8 meter per second square. Change with depth now. The value of g also changes if we go inside the Earth. The value of r in equation 5 decreases and one would think that the value of g should increase as per the formula. However, the part of the Earth which contributes towards the gravitational force felt by the object also decreases, which means that the value of capital M to be used in equation 5 also decreases. As a combined result of the change in R and M, the value of G decreases as we go deep inside the Earth. Think about it. Will the direction of the gravitational force change as we go inside the Earth? Second, what will be the value of G at the center of the Earth? Every planet and satellite has different mass and radius. Hence, according to the equation 6, the value of G on their surfaces are different. On the Moon, it is about 1/6 of the value of the Earth. As a result, using the same amount of force, we can jump 6 times higher on the Moon as compared to that of the Earth. Colloquially, we use weight for both mass and weight and measure the weight in kilograms, which is the unit of mass. But in scientific language, when we say that Rajiv's weight is 75 kilogram, we are taking about Rajiv's mass. What we mean in that Rajiv's weight is equal to the gravitational force on 75 kg mass. As Rajiv's mass is 75 kilogram, his weight on the Earth is capital F is equal to m into g, that is equal to 75 into 9.8 is equal to 735 n. The weight of 1 kg mass is 1 into 9.8, that is equal to 9.8 n. Our weighing machine tells us the mass. The two scales balances in shops compare two weights, that is two masses. Now, the concept of mass and weight. Mass. Mass is the amount of matter present in the object. The SI unit of mass is kilogram. Mass is a scalar quantity. Its value is same everywhere. Its value does not change even when we go to another planet. According to Newton's first law, it is the measure of the inertia of an object. Higher the mass, higher is the inertia. Now about the weight. The weight of an object is defined as the force with which the earth attracts the object. The force F of an object of mass m on the surface of the earth can be written using equation 4. Weight W is equal to F is equal to mg. In bracket, small g is equal to g into m upon capital R square. Weight being a force, its SI unit is Newton. Also, the weight being a force is a vector quantity and its direction is towards the center of the earth. As the value of g is not same everywhere, the weight of an object changes from place to place, though its mass is constant everywhere. Free fall. Take a small stone, hold it in your hand. Which forces are acting on the stone? Now release the stone. What do you observe? What are the forces acting on the stone after you release it? We know that the force of gravity due to the earth acts on each and every object. When we are holding the stone in our hand, the stone was experiencing this force, but it was balanced by a force that we are applying on it in the opposite direction. As a result, the stone remained at rest. Once we release the stone from our hand, The only force that acts on it is the gravitational force of the earth, and the stone falls down under its influence. Whenever an object moves under the influence of the force of gravity alone, it is said to be falling freely. Thus, the released stone is in a free fall. In free fall, the initial velocity of the object is zero and goes on increasing due to acceleration due to the gravity of the earth. During free fall, the frictional force due to air opposes the motion of the object, and a buoyant force also acts on the object. Thus, true free fall is possible only in vacuum. For a freely falling object, the velocity on reaching the earth and the time taken for it can be calculated by using Newton's equation of motion. For free fall, the initial velocity u is equal to 0 and the acceleration a is equal to g. Thus, we can write the equation as v is equal to gt, or s is equal to half gt square, v square is equal to 2gs. For calculating the motion of an object thrown upward, acceleration is negative, that is, in a direction opposite to the velocity, and is taken to be minus g. The magnitude of g is the same, but the velocity of the object decreases because of the negative acceleration. The moon and the artificial satellites are moving only under the influence of the gravitational field of the earth. Thus, they are in free fall.